Hey y'all are super duper awesome and super duper significant. This is Big Brother All Stars 22, episode 2, recap and review and opinions. So I kind of mix it all in. I don't go by point or by what happened first and all that. I may or I may not. It just depends, but. I ain't gonna say my reviews are all over the place on my recaps, but it's just like how I felt about things, and I'm not gonna be exactly in order the whole time. So episode 2, a lot did not happen to me. A lot is going on in the feeds, the live feeds. I finally got it. It's like my first year having it, and I should have been had it. I'm like a Big Brother super fan. Um, and I'm kind of like starting to dislike people this episode, especially a few. So on one part of this episode, I know Nicole had said last episode and in the live feeds that she wanted to make up with Davon. I think they had like some type of issue the last time they were on Big Brother. Um, and I forgot. I think it was season 18 that they were in. But either way, Nicole apologized and she was just like, like she was emotional, and Davon was not going for that. And I am on Davon's side with that because once you cross me, especially in that game, that's it. But I'm gonna play your game. So Davon is just like, she playing it cool. I feel like Davon has calmed down a whole lot since back in the day. But I mean, you love her for being, how she be. But it's good that she calmed down, so maybe she can make it through the game a little longer. Um, so yeah, so they happened with them two. But Davon, she ain't gonna be crossed again. And Nicole also said that Davon changed her life by, still giving her that vote to win that season that Nicole F won. So we're talking about Nicole F. I don't care for Nicole F. I'm watching these live feeds and she just a whiny doggone baby to me. I wish they wouldn't have really brought her back. I mean, she already won. I mean, I know there's some other winners in there, but they could have kept her where she was. Nothing personal. The safety suite was really, really like put into place this episode, and it consists of for 3 weeks, for the next 3 weeks on the show. It says an all-star can pick a +1, but it keeps you and that +1 safe for that week. Also, it keep you off the block, and the +1 that you pick uh will not will have to have a punishment. So Janelle, Kaysar, and everybody was, a lot of people was contemplating it, like David, he was contemplating, and Baylor was like, David is traumatized, because he left so early. And I'm still iffy with David, with him being back. I'm not against it. Like, hey, I'm for you, bro. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. David just, he's not my favorite. I don't know if that'll change as time goes on. But I'm all for all of them trying to win. But I don't know. He don't really stick out for real on the show. Like, I don't know. Like, he is like, I guess he doing some stuff, but I don't know. Anyway, he kind of was wondering about using it, and then Keisha was too, and Keisha ain't doing too much either to me, in my opinion. But then, people were like, they don't want to put no target on their back because people are gonna see when you go, who goes in and try to win. And so Janelle did not win, but Kaysar and Janelle went in there, and Kaysar had, the least amount of time. He did his thing, DJing. That was like the game, like they had to hit certain buttons with DJing. So Kaysar won. I don't care for Kaysar. I feel like he's too full of himself. And he talking about he gonna school the kids. I want the kids to school you, Kaysar. I'm just gonna be honest. I do like Janelle. I don't know if I necessarily want her to win, but if she do, hey, it is what it is. She been on, I think, like 4 times or something like that. She was on the other All Stars too. Um, and I remember I like got introduced to her for real in season 14, when she came on. When they had like the leaders and all that stuff, and they had teams and stuff like that. So yeah. So Cody does think about putting Janelle and K-Star up. So, they was ahead of the game, like thinking like they probably gonna put this up. That's what Janelle and them was saying. And Cody was really contemplating it. Tyler and Cody talk, and Cody says that Tyler has got to earn his trust. So um Cody is not going into this thing like, just like easily like trusting people, and I don't blame him for that, especially not this early in the game because you don't really know. I didn't care for Tyler like in his last time he played, you know what I'm saying, but I still don't know about him right now. But he ain't really rubbed me the wrong way yet. Enzo is cool, I'm rooting for him somewhat. Enzo told Cody he got him to the end. We'll see, how things change in the Big Brother house. Twists come in too. So you really don't know. We know right now everybody's scrambling, and I feel like it's just a whole bunch of different alliances. But I mean, you're not gonna make it if you playing too hard too fast. So, of course, they gotta mix in where they can. But I would definitely, like I feel like they got their core, like who they trying to take to the end, like Bailey and Davon and even David. They kind of got their own thing, and I think Danielle and Nicole Elf is kind of catching on to Bailey and Nicole, because I've been watching some of the live feeds, and I ain't gonna talk too much about the live feeds, but you know it is what it is. But I hope they make it to the end or something like that, because and Bailey, I don't know for real too much about. Like, I mean, I know her from her season, but I don't know if I care too much for her. So yeah, David contemplates. He contemplated about the safety switch, which I talked about that. Janelle thought she might go up, so they did the thing. They did the safety suite. You can only play it one time, so they might have messed themselves up. Like they probably should have they probably played too quick, but hey, they didn't want to be sent home the first week, and I guess I don't blame them for that. And K-Star kind of was like, Cody gave him a red, gave him like a red flag because Cody ain't like too trusting to him, and I don't blame Cody. Like, and K-Star done played before too, like twice, and he's like, I guess like a legend or something. So I don't blame Cody, but K-Star was like, he's giving me a red flag because he ain't, like I don't know. It's just crazy. So I feel like K-Star is too full of himself. Janelle is not buying Cody's talk. Like, Janelle is a very smart player. I don't really care for Cody like that either, but I don't have nothing against him either. So I mean, he could become one of my favorites. I don't know. And these are my notes, y'all, by the way, of course. And then I know K-Star was like, it's been 15 years since he played with Janelle. He was telling Cody that like he ain't studying her, but yet y'all agreed on going into the safety suite. You know what I'm saying? Basically. So I feel like they're gonna try to like do stuff like that. I feel like a lot of people gonna play like that, like they're gonna act like they ain't gonna try to be too close with who they trying to take to the end, or like who they really got. So like Davon and Bailey is doing it, like they're it is smart. They put in like each other with another person, maybe from the other side of the house or something. Like, I think Davon is gonna work on Danny, and then Bailey's gonna work on Janelle. And if you watch the live feeds, you see that Janelle and Bailey were really working on Janelle. But Janelle is a smart cookie. She real smart. So Bailey, you might want to watch out. Let me see. Cody smart. You know what I'm saying? So K-Star won or whatever. I know I done already said that. I may repeat some things. This is like my first time reviewing the show, which I reviewed last episode, but this is my first time reviewing a show. So I may sort of be all over the place, but you'll get what I'm saying, and I'll get better. Janelle was dressed up as a star, which that ain't no horrible punishment, but she said she had never had a punishment in her history on Big Brother. And then Enzo said that Janelle looked like a bootleg Teletubby. She looked good to me. Kevin and Cody talk. Kevin gets emotional. I don't know if it's like his gameplay, but he said he coming for, I'm skipping too quick. Okay. But yeah. So he got emotional. He said, like, basically Kevin was saying that he feel like he just always been like the eyeball out. And so, Kevin is cool or whatever. So I don't know how to feel about him, like his gameplay or whatever yet. But I know sometimes they'll use the waterworks to get further in the game. And Cody, is allowing it, it worked on him. But then, later on, he's like, I got to separate emotion from the game. And I feel like that's the only way that you will really get through this. You will only that's the only way you will really get through Big Brother is you got to separate emotion. But I'm pretty sure it's hard sometimes. You in that house and things just flare up, drama and all the other stuff, and you're stuck in there. And like a lot of other reality shows, you can walk away from the people at least. But yeah, you got to separate emotions from game. And that's what Cody said. That's some good stuff right there. And so, Keisha and Kevin were put up, and Kevin was like, if he comes down, he gunning for Cody. We'll see how that goes or whatever. And I think they said that Kevin was good in his season. I didn't watch his season. I started watching season 13. I think he was like I'm not sure what season he was in. But we gonna see. Like I said, it wasn't too much that happened this episode, but it was still a good episode. Some more twists are coming, but I'm kind of glad that twist, like, it does affect your HOH, and I just wish, like, sometimes I wish it didn't affect their HOH like a twist. Like, I wish they could just go through with it. So they just all gonna have to play smart, and think wise about certain things, and it's gonna be kind of hard with that twist, but that's what made Big Brother, the twist. It does. But sometimes I do be wishing, like, what I'm saying, they could just go straight through and maybe have a few twists. And then somebody was saying online that they think that the Pandora's box may come back. I'm kind of like iffy with the Pandora box, but because it's always good on the front side, and it's like a punishment, and on the other side. So this is a pretty good episode. I'm kind of not feeling Danny, Donato this time. Like, I don't know. And like I said, I'm kind of like putting the live feeds out there. Nicole F kind of got on my nerves before when she was on, but she really get on my nerves now. Like, she's being a whiny doggone baby. And I feel like, Danny did end up saying at some point, like, you got to calm it down. Like, she was encouraging her. And that's the Danny I remember. But I feel like Danny's also coddling her, and stuff. And Nicole need to grow up. Like, play the game, get through it. Like, don't be so emotional. Like, she reminded me a little bit of Rachel Riley, which I wish Rachel was back on. I didn't care for Rachel in the game stance when she was on, but she's a good player. She undefeated, but I wish she could have came on. It's David. I'm not trying to be mean, y'all, but I feel like they could have replaced him with somebody. It's so many other, it's at least 5 of them in their house right now that could have been other people. Like, they could have had Kalia come back. They could have had Danielle Reyes. Like, I kind of watched some of her seasons. She was, in the earlier seasons. I think season 3. And they said she was robbed of her winning. So if you've been watching for a long time, my mama has been watching from season 1. And I may have her on here on one of these reviews because she's a Big Brother super fan, too. My mom used to be rushing to the house to get to see that show. So that's like our family show that we watch. But, yes, so I don't know how to feel about Kaysar. I mean, I can tell he is a beast in the game, but I don't really want him to win. And I know that may seem kind of personal, but he just seems too full of himself, talking about he gonna school the kids. I can't get that out of my mind. But I don't know if you gonna school them, you know what I'm saying? So right now, I still don't know who I like. I know that I still have an inkling to root for Danielle. But is she gonna be connected to? And I don't know how long her and Nicole gonna, be all along. But I'm really rooting for Davon. I'm rooting for Nicole A. I'm even rooting for David, and Bailey is up in the air. I like Janelle. I really, really do. And I probably like her over Bailey in the show. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Hopefully, it pick up steam and be some drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, we watching a little bit for the drama and we watching for the competitions and stuff like that. So yeah. So again, I'm a Big Brother super fan. I'm just ready to see where this go, because Big Brother is like a roller coaster. It's so suspenseful, and that's what I love about it. So you tell me in the comments if you're watching it. If you ain't watching it, you need to get on board. You will love it. It's something to look forward to, and that's what I love about it. So, and then I forgot about Christmas. I'm like, why are you on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if she appeared in the episode until they did the nominations. Like, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? Same thing almost with Keisha. Keisha seems cool. Like, in a way, I kind of want her to stay a little bit, but you ain't really doing a lot of talking. Kevin is putting his stuff out there. You ain't really doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I guess she want Cody to come to her, but that ain't how it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't how it works. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll see. Y'all have a good one. Y'all are awesome.